it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked the mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win, apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself, I felt it in.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm your host today. I have three people with me. I got my two co-hosts, got David and Tomo. What's good, y'all?
What's back at it?
Let's go. Let's go. And we got a guest with us today, 76ers fan. They got a good W yesterday against the Nets. We got my man, J-Mo. What's up, J-Mo?
What's up, fellas? Let's get it going, man. I'm ready.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. Look, before we get started, we got a lot to talk about. Make sure y'all like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with somebody that y'all know personally, so they can come on and watch live with us. Use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all be jotting down as we do the show. We're going to put them on the screen. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. So we got some NBA topics, and then we're going to go to some NFL topics. All right, so you're a sports fan, you're going to love today's show. So the first topic we got, Ben Simmons had his homecoming to the Philly, y'all. First time playing the Philly since leaving Philly. And they actually lost. They were down Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and James Harden. They top three players, and they were actually fully healthy. Kyrie Irving had his second game back. They were fully healthy and still took an L by double digits. All right. So we're gonna kick this topic off with David. I know a lot of talk right now. People saying they should blow up the Nets, not waste any time. Now you could talk about the game, but also talk about should the Nets blow up the team.
All right, so I'm gonna talk about the game first before I talk about them blowing up the team. So, like Joe said, this was Ben Simmons, home game back home in Philly, playing with the Nets, and he played okay. Was 11 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, something like that. So he played all right. However, everyone else on the bench didn't play too well. I think Seth Curry was the only person on defense that double-digited from that team. Was it Claxton only had 4 rebounds for the whole game. He's their starting center. This is without Joel Embiid playing, without James Harden, and without Tyrese Maxey. And they lost by almost 10 points. So, and they were out rebounded as a team by 14. They almost rebounded by 15. So I'm going to say, yes, they need to blow up the team.
Okay.
Kevin Durant should have been traded when they had the opportunity to, and they need to just go ahead and let Kyrie go. Go ahead and trade him somewhere else, give him another opportunity to play somewhere else. Especially after the situation that happened with him, I think it's really no going back. So those are your two most valuable assets. Now a lot of people may not think Kyrie is an asset right now, but Kyrie has played well since he came back. So it's not as if he can't play it's not like he can't play on the court. It's just, he may come with some kind of controversy, whether you believe it's controversy or not. But what else can you do? What other assets do you have to really get someone to help out with the team? I think they are really. I honestly think they're only maybe another big man away from being able to do something on the team. But I don't know what they are going to trade away to get that. So I say blow up the team. Just go ahead and trade KD, trade Kyrie, and get some more pieces back.
All right, Jay Mula.
All right, as far as the game yesterday, You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I wasn't too hype about the game starting off because all of our best players are out. So with that being said, I know the crowd is hostile and they were supposed to be loud and it was supposed to be a big game for Ben, first game back in Philly, but we didn't have all our good players. And I feel like the Nets came in there, as one would say, loafing. I think they came in there loafing. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to get Ben off early. The first play of the game, they threw him a oop. It was just too low. He didn't catch it. Like they was trying to really get him involved. He was getting himself involved on both ends of the floor. I feel like that game was really about Ben more than it was about winning for the Nets, me personally. But that's not our fault. We play to win every game. And we play hard. We play with a lot of heart. And I've been telling Joe nonstop, one of these games, you're going to see why we signed DeAnthony Melton. And my man hit like 5-6 threes, was playing lockdown defense. Like his help defense is great. He got long arms. He blocks shots. So like I said in the beginning, I like our team. You know what I'm saying? Our star players just gotta play, and B just start off slow, and now he back. See that 59 piece. So as far as the Sixers, we looking good. Now the Nets, on the other hand, I'm not too down on the Nets as much as David is, considering where they came from with Steve Nash coaching them. It's crazy how a simple, or you had not even a coaching change. They just fired the coach. They just took the next man up and made a 180 turn. Like it's crazy. So the team has potential. If they can find a way to, get Miles Turner or somebody like that, or just some more dirty work players, I think they can make some noise because they still got KD and Kyrie and Ben Simmons as a third best player. With all those shooters, you see the potential that he has with the team and with the spacing on that team. I think he's playing out of space right now, out of position right now too, because they don't have any bigs, no girth in the paint. So he got to guard, a lot of the post players, and that's not what he does. He's an elite perimeter defender. So that's why he gets in foul trouble a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the Nets should blow up the team. If they don't think they can, make a trade for Miles Turner, I can't think of anybody else right now. That's why I keep saying him. But, somewhat they can't think of a way to get some more dirty work players because trading for players that don't matter, like you don't need any more Patty Mills. You don't need another Seth Curry. And they got Patty Mills, Seth Curry, and Joe Harris. Like, you don't need all three of those guys. They do the same exact thing. They need to find a way to get some players that, they don't have any players that's doing some of the stuff they need done. So they need some players that, what that is their specialty. You know what I'm saying? Miles Turner, PJ Tucker, players like that. They can find a way to get a couple of those, they'd be good. But I don't think they should blow up the team. I think they're closer to breaking through than being blown up, to me.
Okay. So first thing I'm gonna say is, Ben, you suck. Ben, you suck. Say nah, that's what Philly fans were saying all night, man. That was crazy. For a team, I'm gonna just answer the question. Yeah, I think they should blow the Nets up. They are a great team, but as far as the aura around the organization right now, it's not benefiting anybody on the actual team itself. Like KD and Kyrie are players who just want to hoop. Ben slowly but surely getting back to Ben himself. He's averaging I think he had the last 3 games he had a double-double. It's either an assist or rebounds. So he's kind of slowly but surely getting back to himself. And like J-Mo said too, he's kind of playing out of position. And on a team where you got 2 ball dominant people, it's going to be real tough for him to really get all the way back to being the Ben that we've seen in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. So as far as just blowing it up, I say 1 or 2 pieces, maybe the trading of a Kyrie or a KD, one of the 2 people who brought this negative aura into the organization. Also, the coach changing was a good thing, but I also looked at it like this other guy had him playing for 2 or 3 games. I've never seen a team that's 8-10 look like a 1-17 team. Like that's how they play at times. They just look bad, but then they'll also look good. You want to speak to the blowout against the Kings. That was one of the games where you're just like, what's going on here? So that's my take on just blowing the Nets up. Maybe them bringing in someone else might just up the morale on the team. That might change some things. So they can keep all three and bring in like a Miles Turner or just a dirty work player who's gonna be like, look, man, what y'all doing? We the Nets. Show up. They might need that in the locker room right now. Hands down. Hands down, one of the greatest performances by the 76ers, though. I got to give my hand. I got to coaching. That's coaching. I said one of. Calm down. I see you over there, Joe, making faces, man.
Oh, no. I was agreeing.
Okay. Because to go out there with no superstars and go up against their big three and win by 9, basically hold the lead the entire game for real. That's a lot. That says a lot about what Philadelphia has brewing right there. And also, shout out to Milton. I got him on my fantasy team, so keep balling.
Yeah, you know he was going to jack once everybody was out. All right. Nah, don't blow it up, David. Don't blow it up. All right. Now you tripping with no shoestrings. I don't know. But don't blow it up. Here's the thing. Don't overreact on that game. The Nets, like J-Mo said, they took them for granted. And at the same time, the Sixers, man, they was hitting everything. Like they was lights out, especially in that first. When you play a team that's undermanned, you get them confidence as Detroit. You get them confidence in the first quarter, it's gonna be a long night. I was just telling Jay one yesterday. I was like, you get people confidence in the first quarter, they start hitting shots. It's gonna be a long night. They shot over 60% in the first quarter. Man, Thibault hit a 3 in the corner. You know he missed 2 after that, but he hit a 3 in the corner. All right, so don't overreact. Sixers shot with 50% from 3-point line for the whole game. All right, they gained confidence early. The Sixers played with more effort. They had 20 offensive rebounds. They had one possession when they got like 6 offensive rebounds. Yeah. That was when Thibault missed those 2 wide-open threes, by the way. All right, but my issue with the Nets is this. Now they got a good team. They just undersized, obviously. Like J-Mo said, Ben is playing out of position because he was throwing some downs yesterday. One thing I like about the Nets, they all let him play the point guard. But him and Kyrie, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie, because Kyrie wants the ball in his hands. If Kyrie could just be a scorer and stop trying to be a facilitator, like Ben is the facilitator of this team, you know? Just be that scorer. Mm-hmm. But one thing about the Nets that irritated me yesterday, KD, in the fourth quarter, he only took 1 shot. Like, come on. And then he shot a good percentage. Like, he was hitting mid-ranges contested. Like, he was playing good throughout the whole game. But we get to the fourth quarter, it's still a close game. And you like basically a no-show as far as shooting the ball. He's trying to he's like too passive, like trying to get other people involved. It's money time. We need you to take over. Right? And that's why we got you here, KD, because you are the best player on the court. So when things stall out and we need a bucket, we can always rely on you. And he was not reliable in that fourth quarter. But I would not blow it up. Like J-Mo said, I'll get something like a Miles Turner. They just need another big, basically, and get rid of one of them shooters and get a defender. Because Joe Harris, I don't think they really need Joe Harris, to tell you the truth. They can get rid of him and get a defender. All right, so, but, yeah, so that's my take on that. All right, so we go.
Another thing I want to say about the Nets, as far as like, you know, Jacques Vaughn and everything, I know he's the interim coach, but they need a culture setter. Like Kyrie's trying to do that, but he's got too much going on. That's not basketball. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can understand what he's doing. Sometimes you're like, all right, bro, like you're doing too much. But at the same, whatever it is going on, they need a culture setter. You know, whether it's a role player, whether it's a coach, a GM, or whoever it is, they need somebody who need to set the culture. Like you said, Tomo, we the Nets, even though the Nets, who the Nets, but we the Nets. That's what they need to do. So I think they need a culture setter. I also wanted to say, if Embiid would have played yesterday, this is what he would have did to Ben.
Yeah.
Right there.
I'm gonna say this though. I wanted to say this. This is not my overreaction from one game. This is from how they played even without when Steve Nash left, because I think this is what their second or third bad loss since Jacques Vaughn's been the head coach. So I'm going off of just that base, not just because of last night. It's because it's been a little bit too consistent, and because of some of the stuff that J-Mo said. Yeah, they got Ben Simmons playing out of position. It's not going to work with Ben Simmons and Kyrie there because Kyrie needs the ball in his hands. He was only willing to do that when James Harden was there, because he knows James Harden can not only facilitate the ball, but he can score. Ben Simmons is not necessarily what you consider a scorer. Yeah, he can drive the ball and he can bank with somebody down low. But how much has he done that since he got to Brooklyn? He hasn't.
So
He's getting back to that point, but he's not there right now. And I don't think it's going to work with him and Kyrie there. But the thing is, Kyrie is on a 1-year contract, and not too many people going to trade for Kyrie on a 1-year contract or trade for him, period.
The Wizards will.
Y'all will? Okay.
Well, go ahead. They're going to ask for Bradley Beal. You going to give her Bradley Beal for Kyrie?
Nah, I wasn't saying all that. Everybody want Kuzma all of a sudden. I mean,
I know, right?
I don't think Brooklyn going to want him. They're going to want a superstar. They consider Bradley Beal a superstar, even though you might not consider him a superstar because he hasn't gotten his team far in the playoffs, but just his caliber as a superstar compared to Kyle Kuzma. So they're going to want someone, and then the contract's going to have to match. Kyle Kuzma contract don't match what Kyrie has.
The NBA is a little crazy.
So don't forget about TJ
Warren. Man, the Nets don't want Kyrie, man. Just trade him. Get him out of there. Like the way they treating Kyrie, like J-Mo said, something he do is crazy, something he do we agree with. But if you don't like what he's doing, just get rid of him. Stop keeping him here. That's all. Let that man, free him. Let him do his thing. Get him out of there. But look, is it safe to say, y'all, if the Nets blow this up, it's because of what we did to him? Is it safe to say that? Can we say, if that happens, if they blow this team up, can we go back and say, man, it was that Kings game, man. It was that blowout. That started everything. The game. So look, I think
where it starts for sure.
We'll say that. Yeah, we'll say that.
Look, I got this blazer on, so I can't throw the jersey on right now like J-Mo. It's kind of little. I feel like Shannon Sharp. Look, I can't lift my arm up for real. I'm gonna throw over the shoulder. All right. So the Kings, right? The Kings on a 7-game win streak. First of all, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I don't want to forget that. Hit that like button, y'all. We want them lights to go up. Hit that. If you on, hit the like button. Share this video. We need more people on watching live, right? We having fun. And use our comment section. Keep the comments coming so we can communicate back with y'all. Enjoy the rest of the show. So look, the Kings, 7-game win streak. Hold on, you probably can't see the logo. Hold on. There you go. The Kings on a 7-game win. There we go. 7-game win streak. Beat Memphis last night in Memphis. John Morant versus De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox got the upper hand. And, a lot of people had 10th seed, some said 6, but we saw 10th, people have them 10th seed. Some people have them out the playoffs. But right now they're sitting at the 3rd seed, which is crazy. So we want to know, will they finish? I know this is an early prediction, but that's why we do the show, right? Will they finish at the top 6 seed? My man J-Mo, kick us off.
In the words of Craig on Friday, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Look, let me say something. I bought my King stock very early this year. Before their record goes sky high. I was here. I was with y'all shooting in the gym. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. This team right here, Mike Brown is putting his fingerprints all over this team. He's taking what he got from the Spurs. He's taking what he got from the Warriors. He's taking what he got from that run he had with LeBron. It was first in Cleveland. He's taking that what he got when he sucked at head coach in LA. He's taking all of that and he's putting it on this team, man. He's well respected around the league. And I think that goes well with a bunch of players who aren't respected around the league. They don't get no calls. You know what I'm saying? So he can teach them about earning that respect from a coaching perspective. I think it's a perfect match. I think this team is going to do well. The Sabonis and D Fox are going to have to start getting in some conversations for the best big man guard duo in the league. The whole team is playing good. Both ends of the floor. They're not going to do nothing but get better defensively. You can't get worse defensively. Defense is going to get better throughout the season. And for so much of, the other good teams starting off slow. Everybody started off slow. You can't really call it right now. The Kings started off slow too. They just picked it up earlier than the other teams have. That's all that is. So I don't want to hear that excuse from a lot of different people. So I'm real high on this Kings team. I don't have championship aspirations and nothing like that. But I'm really high on the Kings team. The matchup with the Grizzlies, I like that. I wouldn't be surprised if people bet with the Kings. I'm not arguing with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's with Desmond Bane. So the Kings are there. I look around the Western Conference. I don't see one team right now where it's like, oh, the Kings can't beat them. Like right now, the Kings are in there. So that's where I stand.
All right, Tomo.
You're the only Kings fan I know, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's like me meeting a Giants fan 2 years ago. We actually need one of them to actually show up on the show. But can y'all finish top 6? Yeah, y'all can, man. Y'all can do it. Y'all definitely can do it. The only team, like J-Mo said, the only team that's out there that's actually competing, that I feel like that's a threat to you all show that you can beat them because of the matchup. And I said the Suns, Warriors, Nuggets, Memphis, and you all showed that last night. Like, hey, we here whenever y'all ready. And who else? I think the Warriors starting off real slow. They starting off real slow. And that's the last thing you want is to be coming into Sacramento when they lighten the beam every playoff game after they win. Like, come on. And it's outside. It's not even just the scoring. It's the tough grit. The stuff that we said that the Brooklyn Nets need right now, the Kings have it. They have the coach. They have the what they say, the moxie, the swagger. Like they just come out like, bro, can't nobody beat us. Can't nobody beat us. We've been the laughing stock of the NBA for the last 33 years. Nah, I'm just joking. But we here now. You got to actually show up to play the Kings. There's no more playing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I agree, man. Y'all doing y'all thing right now. Beam Kings. There you go.
That's good. Hashtag Beam Team. So look. Yeah, man. Look, I'm thinking. Listen, I said at least top 6, but I think I'm cutting this a little short because I think we have a good. I'm not saying we'll go far in the playoffs because the playoffs going to be determined by De'Aaron Fox, our superstar, our star. How good can he be in the playoffs? But as far as regular season, we have a good team for the regular season, and we can win games. All right, on my jersey fall. Let me put this thing down. So look, right now we are first in points per game, first in field goal percentage, second in offensive rating, 5th in 3 points made, 5th in 3 points attempt. So we get into the line. We're not just jacking threes all day, right? 4th in assists per game. So we sharing the ball. Ain't nobody isolating all day. And we are 3rd in assist turnover ratio. So offensively, we are great right now. And remember, this is a new team. So it's going to get better as the season goes on. Now, defensively, we're 25th in defensive rating. Mike Brown's a defensive coach. I believe as the season goes on, our defense will get better. What we do lack, the same thing with Brooklyn lack, is the size. We don't have a size. So teams will out-rebound us from, most games. We won't get a lot of blocks. But I like what we did against Memphis. Memphis started Steven Adams and Jaren Jackson, 2 bigs. We had Harrison Barnes and Sabonis, who's probably smaller than both of them for real. And our defense looked great. We held them to like 103 points, 102 points, and they got most of their points in the fourth quarter because of the late rally they had. But we were strapping the whole game. So I like how we looking so far, man. Like what J-Mo said, Mike Brown always coached a individual. He coached a Kobe team. He coached a LeBron team. But he also went under Pop and under Steve Kerr. So now it's his first time he can actually put his own identity on the team, and you can see it through us, all right? So now the thing that I think is getting us over the hump is this right here. We are winning games in the crunch time, right? Right now, within 5 minutes, when there's 5 minutes left in the game, those are the clutch minutes. We have a 56% field goal percentage, which is first in the NBA, 40% from 3, which is third in the NBA, 90% from the free throw line, which is also third in the NBA. Our offensive rating in the last 5 minutes of the game is 140. Second place is the Blazers, 126. All right. So by a far margin, De'Aaron Fox, our star, is leading the NBA in clutch points while shooting 64% in the clutch, 57% from 3, 100% from the free throw line. Come on.
Nah, y'all the Toon Squad. Nah.
Ain't
no way, bro. Ain't no way.
Are you serious?
Sheesh.
So I can't think. I never seen like a team that we were go to this level offensively that fast. I never seen that. Like we on a 16-year drought. I'm 32 years old. Yeah, I haven't been in playoffs since I was 16. Like, come on now. Talking about we was in 11th grade, bro. All right.
Hey,
mean, come on. Like,
I ain't think I
11th
was ever
grade.
gonna get back.
You know, so I'm excited. I'm excited about what we got going on. So I got us finishing 6th, but I'm gonna wait because, like you said, Tomo, you said something good. We're no longer a gimme. When people show up and play us, they now know, like, all right, this team is serious. We can't take this team lightly. So I'm not sure if teams were doing that or not, but we're gonna find out because we gotta play Boston Friday. Hey, Boston, you gotta see me. See me Friday. Go ahead, David.
I agree. It's a consensus. I think they're gonna finish top 6. Now, I also agree with you too, Joe. I think you're putting them a little too low. I honestly think they may finish top 4. I said this about Miami last year, and I was saying this about the Kings this year. People thought I was crazy last year when I said it about Miami, and they're probably gonna think I'm crazy now because I'm saying it about the Kings. But I think the Kings definitely have an opportunity to do that. Now, in the beginning, I did have them at a 10 seed. Then I moved them up to an 8 seed. But the way they play now consistently, I think they can definitely be a top 4 seed. Because look at the standings in the West. You got Phoenix first right now, Utah second. No one believes that Utah's going to finish top 3. I don't care who you are. No one believes that Utah's going to finish there. The Clippers is 4. I mean, the Kings at 3rd. Clippers 4, New Orleans 6, and Portland to round out the top 6. Now, under that, you got Denver, Dallas, Memphis, Minnesota, Golden State, OKC, and the other terrible teams.
Lakers.
Now, yeah. Now, I only think that Golden State is going to come back.
Me too.
And Dallas and Denver, maybe. Other than that, all the other West teams I don't trust. I don't trust the Clippers because Kawhi Leonard is never healthy. And no matter how deep that team is, for some reason, they just can't get it done. Portland, yes, Damian Lillard is back, but it's Portland. I don't think they're really do too much.
And he's hurt right now.
Exactly. He's hurt. When it comes to Minnesota, no, that trade was terrible. I think everybody said again that trade was terrible. They should have never made that trade. Or if they did make the trade, they gave up way too much for somebody who could only defend down low. New Orleans, yes, they are. People are basing them off of what they did last year in the playoffs. So they think they're going to do better because of how successful they were before. But that's not consistent every single year. So with the way that the Kings have played, with all the stats that Joe had put out, I think they can finish top 4. That's just me.
I'm appreciating all the love, so it's good.
Yo, I just wanted to put this out there. I'm a huge advocate for Portland this season. So I just want to put that out there, David. If as long as Dame is playing, I think this is the best team from top to bottom that Dame has had his whole career. Me personally, I think so. But
from top to bottom, those are key words.
From top to bottom, yeah, that's what I think.
Now start lineup.
Yeah, I was say start lineup wise. I say that the team that went to Western Conference Finals that year was probably the best team that he had.
But
the one with CJ,
they got a coach too, Chauncey Billups.
No. I agree. When he's at top to bottom, that's why I left it alone.
I do think Portland will finish as a top 6 seed though. I do though. I got
Portland. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna fit. I'm not saying that Portland's gonna be in the play-in, but I think the Kings are gonna finish better than the Portland. That's just me.
Yeah.
I almost had a Dino moment. I was about to say Portland, like the Lakers gonna be there, but never mind.
No. Not the Lakers. All right, y'all. Speaking of Lakers, all right. My man Pat Bev, right? Pat Bev did something crazy. I mean, he shoved DeAndre Ayton from behind after Devin Booker had his foul on Austin Reeves. And we want to know, was this, inbounds or out of bounds? All right. Was he wrong for doing this, shove? So we're going to kick this off with you, James. Oh, so Tomo, you starting this off. Tomo.
No.
Okay.
No. If you on my team, we ride together, we die together. You're not going to do that.
That boy's for life.
Yeah. They say this all started when Devin Booker stared him down, first of all. And, we don't want to bring race into this, but white man can't jump, bro. You're not about to mess with my Billy Hoyt. Like, nah, bro. I don't care what y'all did. Don't try to boss up on us. You're about to take that back over there with the Warriors. We try and get our stuff together. Like, we don't want no smoke. Speaking as the Lakers, I don't like the Lakers, but I'm just saying that's where Pat Bev was coming from. And he even said it in the locker room. He said, what is it? He said, I'm in the foxhole or something like that, something of that nature. I'm like, I don't know where that came from, but just say you ride for your team, bro. Like Pat Bev's shown that wherever he's at, he ingratiates the team. It doesn't matter. He's been on like 19 teams, and everywhere he's went, that has become him. So I don't think he was wrong at all. I think the crazy thing was for Aiden to even stand over him like that. Like, what was all that for? So Pat Bev, I'm cool with you, man.
All right. Short term, this was unprofessional. It's going to cost him some money. He's going to get suspended. It's not a good look, because the second time he snuck somebody from the Suns, coincidentally. All right. I understand Pat Bev is frustrated. He was scoreless for the whole game. I know he had 10 rebounds. He was 0 for 2. Didn't go to the line at all. 0 for 1 from the 3-point line. Pat Bev for the season so far shooting 26% from the field, 23% from 3, averaging 4 points a game.
It's Pat
Did
Bev.
a whole tour when he got signed. Came to ESPN, say he would change culture. So he's frustrated. I get it. All right. That's why he puts DeAndre Ayton. But I have to say on that, I'm with Patrick Beverly, though. I'm with him.
Okay.
I agree with him pushing DeAndre Ayton. You don't do that. First of all, DeAndre Ayton, right? You haven't been playing like the way you should be playing. You just signed basically a max deal. I mean, you're supposed to be a dominant big man. AD just dropped 37 points. I mean, what's going on? Why y'all running in a 2-3 zone when you got DeAndre Ayton? Like once, look, if I'm DeAndre Ayton, I'm supposed to be this big man, and I see AD cooking. I'm like, this guy's a zone. I got AD because he's our problem. But no, they stuck to the 2-3 zone. All right, and not only that, you weren't even part of the play. It was Devin Booker that fouled him, who was also wrong. He actually hit him in his face, and then he kind of stood over him too. That should have been a Tartan violation right there, whatever it's called. All right, but I'm all for that. I'm mad at one person. I'm mad at the Lakers, AD. Come on, bro. First of all, you standing right there. He stepped over Austin Reed. You did nothing. And then once they came and started holding people back, he tried to act like he was like, bro, you shut up, man. Go over there. Let's do Alonzo. Ain't nobody gonna fight. Let's do that. Let's put Alonzo. Ain't nobody gonna fight. All right. So I'm with Pat Bev. I agree with what he did, but I get what you did, Pat Bev, but we need you to play better for real. We need you to play better because if Pat Bev played better, maybe they wouldn't be in that situation. All right. So, but I do agree with the shove.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect much from Pat Bev playing. I'm sorry, that's just me. But yeah, I agree with what he did. I don't think anyone who thinks he was wrong must be a Suns fan. That's it. That's it. No one else could really think that he was wrong for what he did because
they used to get Sun when they was younger.
Hey, exactly. So well, we all know Devin Booker was wrong. He know he was wrong. And DeAndre Ayton, like else, he just came out of nowhere. He was on the other side. He grabbed the ball after the foul happened, and then he went and stood over him for what? Well, I mean, what was the point? And then AD, like you said, just stood there and just watched him look over him like he was DeAndre Ayton, man. It's like, yeah, bro. You see what D-Boy just did to him? Yeah, we both just gonna stand over him right now. But come on now, AD, that's your teammate. Why is your point guard over there knocking down the big man, the person that you've been dominating all game? That's what I don't get. Now I'm gonna say that he was inbounds for knocking him out of bounds. That's what he should have did. like Unc said, he should have knocked him to the third row. I mean, that's crazy. So yeah, he won run for what he did. He did exactly what he should have did, and I think anybody would love to have him as a teammate. I probably wouldn't like to have him as an opponent, but I would love to have him as a teammate. Like as you don't want him, we'll take him.
Here we go with y'all too.
Okay, so Patrick Beverly, of course, he wasn't wrong. Patrick Beverly, so first of all, DeAndre Ayton, you don't even want to be there. Let's get that out the way. Do you want to play in Phoenix or not? Like, you acting like you want to play, and then you come out and stand over Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves. Like, it's not like it's Lonnie Walker, it's not Westbrook, it's not like, I just don't get it, bro. Like, Devin Booker is supposed to be the tough guy on the team, but he's the star player. Where's the other guy that protects the star player? Their star player can't be your tough guy. Like, as tough as Kobe was, they had Ron Artest. and Trevor Ariza and Andrew Bynum, as tough as Jordan was, he had Charles Oakley. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Rodman. Like, you need somebody else. So I don't know who that guy's supposed to be is for Phoenix, but it ain't DeAndre Ayton. Let's just get that out the way. 2, Anthony Davis, you a sucker. Like, if you ain't do nothing when it first happened, when the crowd come, don't do nothing. You could have kept your respect. Now we don't respect you because you're trying to be something you're not. You just showed us who you was, and then when the crowd come in, you're trying to be something else. That's 2. 3, I'm not mad at all what Patrick Beverley did again, and I disagree with what you said, Joe, about his play. He's frustrated. I know you was trying to make a joke and everything, but that's what Patrick Beverley is there for, to knock people over when they're doing some BS. And plus, I don't even think he pushed DeAndre Ayton that hard. He just tripped over Austin Reeves. That's why he fell. So he gonna get suspended and everything. But I'm with him 100%. DeAndre Ayton, I think he would have hit DeAndre Ayton if he didn't stand over him, just because he is sucking. So I'm with it.
I'd do it again if I was Pat Bev.
But even
I'd do it again,
man. But even in the clip, you can see Patrick Beverley kind of looked back, all right, I'm gonna do a safe nudge. He did it so he ain't get hurt, but he wanted to let him know my presence is here.
And real quick, y'all, everybody get a quick point. What y'all feel about Devin Booker's comment saying Pat Bev need to start pushing people in the back and push them in their chest?
With Devin Booker, you need to stop standing over people like you somebody. That's what you need to do.
Hey, yo, right message, wrong messenger.
I agree with both of them, but also, hey, you need to stop crying about double teams and pickup games.
Yeah, Devin Booker's a front runner because we saw that in the Mavs series. He a front runner.
And leave them Kardashians alone.
Man.
Hey, he about to go on a tear talking about hey, he 1-0.
He just broke up with her.
Hey, all right, y'all. So we're gonna switch to football. So Zach Wilson actually got benched. We talked about this 2 days ago. I know. I said I want to bench him. Yeah, I think y'all both said y'all bench him. I think y'all both said that, right? So I'm gonna kick this one off. Yeah, they benched him, and the reason why the team actually had to go to him and say, "Hey, coach, man, please get this dude out of here." All right. So now they are replacing him with Mike White. They're not replacing him with Joe Flacco. They're replacing him with Mike White. There you go. Okay, you gotta change up. They replacing him with Mike White. All right. So do I agree with that? I understand why they doing this. Because Joe Flacco wasn't no world beater where he did play. You look at the numbers, touchdown, interception wise, him and Zach Wilson are kind of similar. Now, Mike White is another young guy. If I'm not mistaken, he was a rookie last year. So it's another young guy that could potentially take Zach Wilson's spot for the future. They know Joe Flacco is not the future. They know Joe Flacco is a veteran on the team that can coach up these young guys, or God forbid, an injury happens, he can come in and just fill right in because he's a veteran, Super Bowl champion. But I don't think it'll be no different with Mike White probably. Joe Flacco might be a little better, but not tremendously better. So I'm good with that. He did have that game when he threw 3 touchdowns with 400 yards against the Bengals. But I know he turned around and dropped a dud, But I like the coordinator. I like Mike LaFleur. I think Mike LaFleur could do a good job with him. I just think Zach Wilson was the wrong person. He was too cute, if that makes sense. He was too he won on quarterbacks that's very talented, but he's not tough. He's not ready for the NFL. And I think Mike White was more prepared for that. So I'm good with that move going to Mike White.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I think the Mike White move was good. I know a lot of people was expecting Joe Flacco to take over, but the crowd actually loves Mike White. After that game he played, they pretty much was rooting for him. So the Jets, the Jets fans are gonna want to see Mike White play more anyway. So I think it's a good move. It's a good move for the locker room because, after what he said, I would have benched him too. That's what me and Tomo said the last show. After what he said, if you're the franchise quarterback, whether you're young or a vet, that's not something you say when you let down your team. If you play bad, you got to admit it that you play bad. And even if you didn't play bad, you're the quarterback of the team. You got to say, well, yeah, I got to do better. We have, like they said, you got players that throw 5 touchdown games and 500 yards and they lose. And they say, well, look, I got to play better. Like, sir, you just had a monster game. What you mean you need to play better? But as a leader, that's just what you do. And you can clearly see that he has no leadership qualities. He has no accountability. And he waited until today to say, I understand that he understand why he got benched. Well, yeah, you should have known that on Sunday when you lost. You should have known that was going to come. You should have took accountability and maybe you had a chance to play again. Your attitude is what got you benched, not just your play.
All right, Jamula.
I guess he's feeling real entitled. You know what I mean? He had no business getting drafted that high anyway. But I agree with the Jets move from this perspective. Like you said, Joe, they already know what Joe Flacco is gonna bring. They trying to see they trying to see exactly what they have in Mike White for the future because they don't have time to waste with the rest of the season with Joe Flacco. Like, all right, you play out the rest of the season, then what? Then next year we still gonna have to try out Mike White, see if it works. So I guess it's better for them to do it now, for the rest of the season. Even though they looking good, shout out to Sauce Gardner. But I agree with the Zach Wilson benching because he's tripping. Like you can't say that. You can tell he's a kid. Like not necessarily his age, but the way he carries himself. No accountability is it's like a child quality to me. You haven't grown, and that should be pretty obvious. You know what I'm saying? That should be pretty obvious. If I'm the quarterback of the team and I'm in a press conference, I'm not deflecting the blame whether I play good or not. Like it just seems like it's pretty obvious, and the way he answered that question, he's obviously not ready. So yeah, I'm with the Mike White move. Shout out to Joe Flacco.
I told you, Joe. I told you if I was one of them players in the locker room and I heard coach say Zach Wilson is starting this week, I'm leaving the facility. At that moment, I'm out. I'm calling my agent. We got to go. They must have heard us, man. They must have heard us. As far as the benching, I would have said it the same. I would have walked in and told Zach the same way he answered in a press conference. Hey, coach, you think I'm starting this week? No, flat out. No, you're not. No. Now go back over there, grab your clipboard, and sit with the quarterback coach because you're done. The starting of Mike White, though, is a head scratcher for me, though, because they're still in the playoff hunt. Mm-hmm. Don't you think most teams will go with their vet just to be like, all right, we're still in playoff contention, so like this is not a time to figure out if this quarterback is the guy or not. So that's the only reason I say they should start Flacco over the kid because their division is tight. 6-4, 6-4, 7-3, 7-3. Like you still got a chance to win this. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I would say I probably who do they play this week? They got the Bears. Yeah, they play the Bears. All right, so I will start the kid this week and see how he does. Then we got Minnesota, Buffalo. Like the schedule gets tougher after that. So if he wins this game, you got to see how the rest of the division shakes out because making the playoffs is still making the playoffs. Like the Jets are looking like the Kings right now, where everyone was like, man, y'all the laughing stock, but now you're winning. Do you really want to be on shaky ground, especially after your coaching decision? It took for a team meeting for him to change his mind. Like Zach Wilson shouldn't even want to come back to the locker room, honestly. Like, honestly, I don't even see how he's still welcome in New York, but I don't play for the Jets. So,
and real quick, I'm not sure y'all saw the RG3 tweet when he tried to compare Zach Wilson and Taylor Heineke. They got the same amount of touchdowns, QBR, all that crap, right? First of all, quarterback is more than numbers. It's leadership. And David, you brought that up. You got to be a leader. Taylor Heineke is far more of a leader than Zach Wilson. All right? Yes. Also, Taylor Heineke actually throws the ball to his best receiver instead of overlooking him and run out of bounds or throwing out of bounds. All right? Taylor Heineke takes – you ever hear his press conference? He always takes responsibility in any loss. And even in the wins, he talks about how he could play better. Taylor Heineke is a legit leader. And he has fire to his game. Zach Wilson doesn't. He's too pretty. He's privileged. He was a number 2 pick. So him getting a bench has nothing to do with his overall pick. Because normally when you're a second overall, you do get more chances than a person like Taylor Heineke. So what is RG3 talking about? Because Kenny Pickett, first-round draft pick, right? 3 touchdowns, 8 interceptions for the year. Have the Steelers benched him yet?
No.
They not winning. But Kenny Pickett adds fire. He's a leader. He's giving his receivers chances. He's a way different quarterback than Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is literally just out there. And Taylor Heineke, yes, he loses us games. The Vikings, he lost us that game. All right. Kenny Pickett, yes, he loses them games. All right. But yet they are leaders. So RG3, I loved you in 2010 or 2012, I should say. You know, Thanksgiving coming up tomorrow. You know, I remember we did a Dallas on Thanksgiving, but we're not going to talk about that. But I like you, RG3, but what you said in that tweet, I 100% disagree with what you said.
What
My
we
bad,
do?
Tombo.
Like what we do?
Right on that field, too. Right on that field, you got
Like,
your background.
Like, come on, now I got to change the background. What we do?
Hey,
You know how you do a little fall?
I mean, Garrett Wilson is not trash though. I'm sorry. I don't think Garrett Wilson's he's not probably not MVP, but Garrett Wilson's not trash. So, and he,
No, I think he was talking about Joe Point when he said at least he throws to his
Yeah.
best
Not like Terry
receiver.
McLaurin.
but what? Look at the comment. The comment says in Zach Wilson's defense, and his defense, that's like saying that Garrett Wilson sucks. I don't think Garrett Wilson sucks.
Oh no,
I think-
No, he
the
said
other way.
he's saying that Zach Wilson defense. Zach Wilson does throw
Yeah.
to Garrett Wilson. He trying to say that, yeah. That's what he's trying to say.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think
He's saying that like he does throw on the ball.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna pull the targets. I'm gonna come back to it though. But
Also, Joe,
Yeah.
RG3 might be a little upset because Kirk Cousins took his job. You gotta think he was in that same position. You gotta think.
give us 2 more.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true. But I got one more thing. I don't think anyone's when it comes to Robert Saleh. This is the one thing I'm gonna say about him. You got to think about the coaches that come from the Kyle Shanahan tree, or that just came from that just left for the 49ers. Look at Mike McDaniels. Look at what he's doing with the Dolphins right now, and look at what Robert Saleh is doing with the Jets. No one thought Miami's going to be where they are right now, even though they got Tyreek Hill. A lot of people didn't believe in Tua. They thought Tua was not the quarterback to be. He didn't have any arm strength, and they didn't think he was accurate enough to help out that team. Even with a bad quarterback, the Jets are still in the playoff hunt. So that I think it's just that the way that they coach as well is what helps those teams. Because if you look at how San Francisco is, they got the Yak team. Then you look at if you look at Miami, they kind of sort of got a Yak team, but it's more about speed with them because you got Mostert in the backfield, you got Wilson now, and you got Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Those are 4 players that run at least a 4-3 minimum. And then if you look at the Jets, Robert Saleh was what? The defensive coordinator in San Francisco, and that's why their defense is so good. So that's why their teams are so good, and that's because they all do what they need to do, especially, and their team is riding off of that. So with Zach Wilson being that bad, yeah, you got to get him out of there.
Real quick, Garrett Wilson, since he's been a starter, 4 targets, 5 targets, 4 targets, 7, 9, 3. He's not throwing the ball enough. All right. So let's go. Speaking of what you said, we're gonna go to the AFC East. All right. I know Jammer got the Miami Dolphins on jersey on. All right. Yeah, we did, Carl. We believed in the Dolphins. One thing we agreed on. So the Dolphins, I had to return a favor back to Jammer with the Kings love. I had to return a favor with the Dolphins love, So the Dolphins right now are number 1 in the division. And we just talked about the Jets, the AFC. The Jets are 6-4, but yet they are number 4 in the AFC right now. So you got the Dolphins, Bills, Patriots, then the Jets. So David, you kicking us off on this one. Who will win the AFC East?
I just talked about them. Miami Dolphins. I think the Dolphins going to win the division. The Bills, Josh Allen, I'm sorry, he comes up short too much for me. It seems like every time you expect him to come up clutch, he doesn't. Now he did come up clutch against the Chiefs, which is a good game, but he's the reason why they lost to the Vikings. That's a game that they should have won. Even though Justin Jefferson made a great catch. I mean, I'm still my mind is still troubling off of that catch. That's still ridiculous. But I just think the Dolphins got it, man. For some reason, I just feel like they have the momentum going. Like I said, Tua's back. Has Tua lost a game since he played this year?
No.
Tua hasn't lost. So Tua is technically the only undefeated quarterback in the league right now. if you really think about it. He's the only undefeated quarterback in the league right now. So that lets you know that, I mean, they still got weapons. They coming off a bye week, and their schedule is not bad. I think they got a good chance of winning that division. Now the Bills still got a chance, of course, because it's the Bills. They still got a good defense. They still got Stephon Diggs. I guess you could say they still got Josh Allen. Not saying Josh Allen is trash, but you don't know what Josh Allen is going to get every Sunday. So I'm picking the Dolphins, man. I think the Dolphins are definitely going to win this division.
All right, J-Mo.
Yes, sir. Fins up. No, look, man. I'm gonna be real, and this is like not coming from like any Miami blood or nothing like that. This is me as an objective fan. I do think we're gonna win the division, and I'm comfortable right now. Thank you, Dave, for bringing it up. My man hasn't lost a game since he started and finished, and I'm comfortable with saying we would be number one in the league right now, undefeated, because we lost to the Jets. The Jets put up 40 on us. But if you watched that game, you'd have been like, if Tua played, they would have won. If you watched the game. We lost to the Vikings at the end. Bridgewater threw a pick. And we lost. I forgot the other team we lost to. But I feel like, the Bengals. A game we could have too. I'm telling you. When people bring up the Dolphins, they quick to say Tyreek Hill and Waddle. I understand you saying that week one. But now you got to say Tua first. All right? It's proven that we lost 3 games when Tua didn't play. I don't care what happened in 3 games. I don't care who they was against. At the end of the day, we did not win when Tua does not play. So that in itself shows his value. And I ain't going to lie. I want to point to this Bills and Dolphins game because we got no love for winning that game. We got no love at all. Like, I don't know what they're doing with this guy, Josh Allen, right now. Like, they literally lost all 3 games because of him. And somehow he's still like top 2 in MVP. I don't get it. But like they're trying to say that the weather conditions had a lot to do with why we won. They forgot the fact that the Bills had the ball for 40 minutes and we only had the ball for 19 minutes. They forgot that. So for all that Tyreek Hill stuff, we ain't even need Hill to beat the best team in the league. So another thing, they keep on bringing up Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle first. But when they bring up the Bills, they need to say Stephon Diggs first. You know what I'm saying? Just like they bring up Justin Jefferson for Kirk Cousins. As soon as Stephon Diggs got over there, he's first team All-Pro. I'm so tired of this, man. I'm not even big on football like I am with basketball. I just got into this year, and I'm already hating Josh Allen. Like, it's not even his fault, bro. It's the way they doing him. Why they so quick to bring somebody up over Mahomes? He's not ready. He's not ready. But let me talk about the Dolphins now. Now, the additions we have with Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb, man. Whew. Him and Melvin Ingram coming off them sides. And 94, I can't remember his name right now, but he could do what he want in the middle. And, man, we looking good rushing the quarterback. And now they gave us a run game with Wilson Jr. and Mostert. They gave us a run game too. Oh, my goodness. Like, and as bad as Tua is throwing these deep balls, we still like that. And he ain't even throwing deep balls to Man, let me tell you something. This feels great. I got Miami coming out the division. Like, I don't see it any other way. Us and the Bills both have similar schedules down the stretch. We are the better team to me, so we will do better. And, yeah, I got us winning the division. Fans up.
I don't know if y'all can hear me, but hey, man. I always used to like Miami for the colors. But, man, they showing off. They are showing off. Shouts out to Tua. Man, hopefully he can talk to his little brother down here with the Terps because I'm a Terps fan, and I'll be like, come on, bro. Your brother got better. You got to get a little bit better. But, yeah, Miami, hand down, they got this division. Like I was saying that about the Jets with them and the benching of the quarterback. They can make a wild card, but Miami has this division. 2 reasons. Josh Allen. We've all said it. Joe, I know you might come with a different perspective because you like Josh Allen and Derek Carr, but we're not going to say too much about that. Josh Allen and Dak Prescott are the same quarterback. I keep trying to tell America this. Just because Josh Allen has the big arm, he can lose you games when you put the game in his hands. They pass the ball too much. Buffalo has 0 run game, and I keep saying this. When I was on here with Trent, we was talking about Naeem Haynes. They went and got him, but don't give him the ball. Miami said, okay, we'll go get a running back, and they give their running backs the ball. They use every single person on their team. I don't get it. I don't get it with these NFL teams. It's only like maybe 2 or 3 that says, look, we have all these weapons, and we're going to use them. Miami's one of them. They went and got Bradley Chubb. They're trying to make a run. So if I'm the Chiefs, I'm a little nervous. The only thing I would say about the Dolphins is once they get in the playoffs, it's going to be cold where you got to go. But teams do got to come to Miami for that first game. And you know what happens on the Miami nights? I got Miami winning this division.
All right. Before I go, I just want to make it clear. David did not have Miami making the playoffs at all before the season. And Tomo had them being the 7th seed. All right, but at least you got them in the playoffs. I want to let me know that I had them winning the division at 12-4. All right. I actually had them going 8-1 their first 9 games before they bye week. I think it was 8-1, I think. But Tua got hurt, messed my prediction up. So I love this Dolphins team. I liked it as they were constructed it. I told y'all from the get-go, I like Mike McDaniel. He's coming from the Kyle Shanahan tree. I knew that he would implement something similar to that. But then you got, Tyreek Hill and Watt on the outside, and then they brought in a familiar running back from the 49ers, Raheem Mostert. Like, come on. I mean, and then you got Tua, who's a proven winner, all the way back to his college days. I mean, he did take somebody from the Eagles spot. I forgot his name, Jalen Hurts, anyways. But he's a proven winner. And he comes into the situation and he thrives in big moments. He always been that quarterback. He's not going to really lose you games, right? I know J-Mo has the numbers better than me, but he's, as far as his overall record, I'm not sure what overall record is, but he has a winning record. Remember, y'all, his coach kept snatching him out, right? And then when they won that 7-game winning streak when he came back, don't forget about that, all right? When they were like 1-7, something like that. So I like this team. Now, I'm not a big Josh Allen fan. I just thought, right? I did used to put Josh Allen above Lamar. But as the years go by, Lamar proves us wrong, including myself, right? Lamar, last year, they say he couldn't throw. Lamar was more in the pocket. Even this year, he's more in the pocket, right? And Josh Allen is continuing making mistakes. So down the stretch, even though I do think he's better than Dak Prescott, I don't think Dak is him because one thing you said, they throw the ball way too much. We do say Dak throw the ball a lot, but not as much as this guy, Josh Allen. Literally, the offense is make or break from Josh Allen. It is not his fault. It's the coaching staff fault. They're not mixing up the run and pass. And Josh Allen uses his legs way more than Dak Prescott should use his legs. So that's why I put Josh Allen above Dak Prescott. I'm a Commanders fan. I can't let you say that, Tomo. Anyways, I'm good with the Dolphins. I think they'll still finish. I still think the Bills will finish with the same record as the Dolphins. I got them both finishing. I had them both finishing 12-4. Obviously, it's not going to happen. But I got them both finishing with the same record. But the Dolphins win a tiebreaker due to their division record. Because right now, the Bills are 0-2 in their division. Don't forget about that. They have no wins in their division so far, while the Dolphins are 2-1, I believe. Right? So, Dolphins, J-Mo said, fins up, Bills down.
Yeah, I did say the Dolphins weren't going to make the playoffs, but I could definitely – I always make a change. Joe, no, I'm not afraid to make a change. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Oh, well, we know. With the key.
Yo, how you a Miami Heat fan, but they dog the Miami Dolphins?
Come on now.
Go to the Philly, Joe.
That's different. That's different. That's different. I'm not from Miami. Even though I look like two Miami teams, but one are just not the Dolphins. I like the Dolphins colors.
You seen Joe, man? Joe went back to his notes and said, hold on, see, so Tomo definitely had them at the 7th seed.
Hey, threw us under the bus.
Hey, I'm just glad I had him in the playoffs.
Hey, look, as a starter, Tua is 20-9, and that's including the game he started against the Bengals that got hurt. So he didn't really finish that game. So really, for games he started and finished, he's 20-8.
And that includes last year with the worst offensive line in the league and the coach that was trying to get $100K a game for every loss.
That's true. That is true.
Facts. All right, there you go. That's the fans. All right, I think it's the first time we actually had a segment on the Dolphins in a while. So we got to get Jane on there for that. All right.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man. Fans up.
All right, y'all. Last segment we got. You want to grab his jersey? The NFC West.
Probably go get his starter jacket.
Starter jacket. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you do got one of them. The NFC West. All right. So right now, he going last on this. Look, he walked up to the camera. All right, looking like Kyle Shanahan. All right. So look, the 49ers destroyed the Cardinals in the second half. They held them scoreless in the second half. And right now they are beating the Seahawks in division by half a game. Right? So we're gonna talk about the NFC West, and J-Mo, you kicking us off on this one. Who's gonna win the NFC West?
First off, shout out to Dave, man. Look, shout out to the 49ers. Y'all pretty much, you know what I'm saying, passed the success on down to us. We just, you know, tweaked it up a little bit. So I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot from y'all. With that being said, I don't have much to say, man. I do think they're going to win the division. You know, it's looking like they're going to win the division with a regular Jimmy G. You know what I'm saying? Because they added McCaffrey, and who knows how long Geno's going to last. But coming off that big game he just had, if he could just get one or two more of those, the division's pretty much in the bag. Like I said, I don't have much to say. I think San Fran got it. You know, I don't have much faith in the Seahawks.
All right, Tomo.
This pains me, man. This pains me as a Cowboys fan. The 49ers are going to win this division. Hands down. I went over the remaining schedule. I only got them losing one game, and that's to the Dolphins. Everything else, I can see them just flat out. Well, hold on. Another one was on the fence, the Washington game.
Don't be nice to me, Tom. It's okay. You gotta be nice, man.
But no, they're definitely losing. No, because of the momentum y'all got right now with Heineke, and I see that. I see the momentum building. Chase probably come back. You know, certain things just gonna play, and y'all good against the run. But Miami is the only team I see them actually losing to right now. The Seahawks, they're just gonna plumble. Like they're gonna plateau. The Cardinals are done. I told you all about the Sunday. I told you about that Sunday night game. I said they needed it more than the 49ers. And the way they came out there and played, they benched all their starters. Rondale Moore owes me a fantasy win. Now I see why NFL players hate fantasy football. Because if I ever see him in person, I'm going to definitely be like, bro, 0.6? Like you couldn't have just jogged back out there. But that's neither here nor there. Crazy. And the Rams right now, they're dealing with injuries. Like Matt Stafford's not playing, and then they're still trying to figure out their running situation. That's what happens when you buy a team. Told you all. Also, David, I just want to say this. Everything you've been saying about Jimmy G, he's about to lead your team back to the playoffs again. It's time to show him a little bit of respect, man. 49ers got this division. Gimme G. Gimme Jimmy. That's what you call him.
Wow. So, Tom, I'll give you props. You had them finishing with the 1 seed before the season started, so I'll give you props. But, David, man, I was surprised, man. You had the Rams win the division before the season started. You were a 49ers fan. I mean, you kept the 100, you know. But like you said, Matthew Stafford, it's a two-man race. The Rams, they getting rid of all their players. They got rid of both of them. Got rid of Henderson, who's actually playing okay this year. He wasn't playing bad, but he actually wasn't playing bad. But he's a decent running back. It's an offensive line problem. Cooper Kupp is on IR. Matthew Stafford is hurt. They're done. All right. Cardinals, like you said, Kyler Murray gets hurt every second half of the year. So they're done. And new Call of Duty's been out, and he's been, you know, playing the game since then. So the 49ers will beat the Seahawks to first place. And the 49ers, they are the best team by far in this division. Like, it's not even a close margin. They've been hurt all year. Last game was the healthiest they've been all year for real. And we saw the weapons at display. They run that West Coast offense, kind of like the Dolphins, kind of like the Chiefs, right? When Jimmy G, all he got to do is dunk it to one of the skill players, and they do all the rest. Right now, the 49ers are fifth in yak yards. You call them the yak team, right? Fifth in yak yards, right? They're crushing the division. They beat the division by at least 2 touchdowns in every single game. The last 3 games, they held all their opponents to 0 points in the second half. So they got one of the best defense in the league on top of all this firepower, the best, yards-wise, right? And they got all these skill players on the offensive end. So they remind you of, like you want to say, the Dolphins. They don't have the speed of the Dolphins, but they have skill. Christian McCaffrey, man, is elite. when you watch him play, he's always moving forward. Y'all realize, like, when I watch him play, when he get tackled, he's moving forward. He's one of those running back that actually fight for every gain of a yard. Now, the Seahawks, they bread and butter this year has been a rushing game, right? And their defense, they got the 2 nice corners, you know what I mean? But their rushing attack has been their bread and butter. And the Buccaneers put that on lock on Sunday night in London. They have 15 carries, 39 yards, averaging 2.9 per carry. That's the lowest carries they had since they played y'all in week 2 and they lost 27-7. So if you eye on that run game, they will lose the game. Like, you want Geno to throw the ball 35, 40 times. He threw the ball 34 times, I believe. He didn't even have 300 yards. And the Bucs ran all over him. Everybody made a big deal about 49 carries. The Bucs ran the ball 44 times on the Seahawks and got 161 yards. So that's not nothing new, all right? So I got the 49ers win this division by a margin. I don't think the Seahawks going to keep up. The Seahawks might finish like 7-7. They might win 7 or 8 games. I don't think they're going to keep this roll up, to be honest with you. But I think the 49ers are going to be a legit seed in the NFC.
So I think it's no surprise that who I'm choosing is going to win this division. Let me clarify those Jimmy G comments. So yes, I do call him Gimme Jimmy, and that's not going to change yet. Now I'll say this: he had probably his best game as a 49er player Monday night against the Cardinals. Sorry, he threw for 4 touchdowns, no picks. He was 20 of 24. So he played his best game. Now, with that being said, I've seen what he does when we play against better teams. That's why I'm not high on Jimmy. Now, I did tell Joe this earlier, and I said it on the show, that if Jimmy plays better and he wins the Super Bowl, I'm going to change what I say about Jimmy. Until then, I'm going to keep it the same. I'm not changing nothing right now. It's the Cardinals. I'm not high off that game. It's the Cardinals. The Cardinals suck. We own our division right now. We haven't lost a division game yet this year. We're 4-0 in our division right now. And we only have 2 division games left. That's because the Seahawks and the Cardinals. I think everyone pretty much feel like we're going to win both of them games, if not at least one. The Cardinals may win that last game because I think we played them the last game of the season. We may be resting our players at that time. Who knows? Who knows what it may be? But I'll say this, though. I think I don't think you're looking at our schedule the way I'm looking at it, because I think we got a chance of losing at least 2 or 3 games. Now, the Dolphins is 1. The Commanders is 1.
There you go.
Me giving respect because I seen what the Commanders have been playing well. And the other one is the Bucs. I don't think people realize who Tom Brady is yet. And you've been saying this since he got divorced, Tom. Well, he's undefeated since he got divorced. So Brady is still Brady. That defense is going to play better. I don't expect the defense to play that bad all season. And our run defense has played well against certain teams because those teams, most of the teams have been in our division. The teams in our division can't run against us. It's just not happening. But outside our division, it's a different ballgame. Because when we played against the Broncos, they ran against us well. Another team, when we played against the Falcons, they ran against us well. That's why they beat us 28-14. So I've seen us play bad against teams we should beat. So that's why I'm not high on Jimmy Garoppolo, because I see when he plays well in our division, and when he goes outside our division, he doesn't play too well. Against the Broncos, all we needed was 14 points and we win that game. And he played terrible. So don't tell me to give Jimmy G his props because he got us into the playoffs. It's not about him getting into the playoffs. We need to win a Super Bowl. That's what the 49ers are about. We're about winning Super Bowls. If he doesn't win a Super Bowl, then he got to go. Plain and simple. I think Trey Lance still deserves an opportunity to play. People were down on him, and he got hurt because of Kyle Shanahan. I'm still going to blame Kyle Shanahan for that. So, yes, but without a doubt, I think we didn't win the division. But I think we have a chance to I still think that we can lose 2 or 3 more games.
Question. Before I know we about to get out of here, but when you made the playoffs that year, right? Last year, to be exact, Jimmy G was your quarterback, right?
Yes.
You all did go in and beat the number one offense that was the Dallas Cowboys, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Then you went up to Green Bay in the snow with Jimmy G as the quarterback. And what did he do? They
Did
won.
he win that game, or did our defense and special teams win that game?
Jimmy maintained the game.
Be honest.
He maintained.
He maintained, but he wasn't the reason we won the game. That's what
You
I'm
said
saying.
if he plays okay, you can beat teams that are better than you all. Technically, Dallas was supposed to be better than you all. Green Bay was supposed to be better than you all.
I didn't think Dallas was better than us. That's just me.
No, I'm just saying the masses. Come on now. We know you as a fan. It's
The-
personal
the
between
general
us. We
consensus.
understand, okay? We took Dion. We won a ring too. Then you played the Rams. If it wasn't for a dropped interception, you all would have been where? In the Super Bowl
Mm-hmm.
with Jimmy G as your quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is I understand why you're giving him such disdain, but Jimmy G is decent enough to get you all back there and deserves a little bit of credit. That's all I'm saying.
He gets credit when he plays well and he doesn't throw them the ball. Yes, I'll give you that. If he doesn't, Jimmy G wins games when he doesn't throw interceptions. That's all it is. Jimmy just has to play a clean game. That's all I ever asked of Jimmy. I don't think Jimmy needs to throw for 30, 35 passes a game. I don't think he needs to throw for 300 yards. He just needs to throw us the ball enough to be able to go down and score with our players. We got Christian McCaffrey, we got Deebo Samuel, we got Brandon Ayuk, we got George Kittle, and we got the best fullback in the league. I don't care anyone says
You got the best fullback with the best running back / wide best athlete. I'm gonna call Deebo an athlete because you can put him anywhere, and you have the best running back, and you have the best blocking tight end in football. Like,
and I think we have one of the best,
And the
one of the best backup running backs too, in Elijah Mitchell. People forget about him.
And you got Trent Williams, one of the best
Best
linemen.
offensive lineman in the league.
so at this point, I'm thinking you kind of got to give Jimmy some leeway here. You all could make a run. I don't want to say that.
I'm not saying he's played better, but he's thrown 15 touchdowns and only 4 picks this year. He's played well.
Let's do this. When they beat the Bucks, we'll come back on here and we'll have this conversation again.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Man, look, it ain't gonna help, Tomo. They've seen everything they need to see. How much further can they go than the Super Bowl? They can't go no further than the Super Bowl. Now, Jimmy G got to win the Super Bowl. That's the only way he's gonna satisfy people. It's unfair.
Thank
It
you.
is what it is.
That's my point. Thank you, Jama, for
That's a high standard for such a short.
He's gotten there.
Quarterback.
He got there already. He can do it.
Yes,
again.
that's not a high standard for him. He's gotten there, right?
Y'all give him Lamar treatment. Like
They
the
are.
Ravens doing Lamar.
They are.
Hey, look, if they want to get Lamar treatment, get Lamar, Deebo Samuel, and McCaffrey.
Well, then
I watch
that's
what happens.
different.
I guarantee the
That's
Ravens will win the Super Bowl if they have it.
That's
All right,
different.
look,
That's a better organization.
before he end this, Zach Wilson spoke to the entire Jets team today, admitting he botched Sunday's post-game news conference, the one in which he refused to take accountability for his poor performance in the loss to the New England Patriots. That's all he said.
Let's go Dolphins. I ain't got nothing for the Jets, bro.
Be quiet and help with the scout team.
He actually he's inactive for Sunday's game. He's not playing at all.
Oh,
Taking
good.
the backup.
Yeah. Don't
I was
even.
about to say, how you go from starting in the game to wearing a hoodie on the sideline and you're 100% healthy.
Dang. In your second year. Dang. My man a vet already. All right, so look, make sure y'all like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share with somebody that y'all know. Once we end the live, you can go back and watch live. We will break these videos out tomorrow, so you'll be able to go back and watch individually. Appreciate y'all for using our comment section as we were going through the show. We had a lot of fun, very entertaining. And we're about to end this show right now. So before we do that, though, we gotta get our last words in. Same order, David, J-Mo, Tomo. Well, let me start it off because, like the beam. I'm going to say every time, Tomo. Listen, tune in. We play Atlanta Hawks tonight, 7:30 in Atlanta. Only 2 teams that score 100 points in each game in the season so far. It's going to be very entertaining. Fight the beam.
Joe,
Go Commanders, too. We're gonna beat the Falcons, man. Sean Taylor's again recognized. You're gonna get a statue put out for him. We gotta win this game against the Falcons. Don't do how we did after he died and lost to the Bills. All right, let's actually beat the Falcons.
That's crazy. That's crazy. This man in his beam, man. This man in his beam. I'm gonna use my last word to address like 2 or 3 things. Tom Brady is not called Pop because he doesn't play for the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, that's why. Brandon Graham is too old to be playing football, and I'm only saying that because I'm personal. It's personal. That's it. That's all I got for you. And run the ball. Run the ball. That's it.
All right, man. For my Sixers fans, look, we good. We got some nice role players. We looking good, man. We just need our stars to get back. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tyrese Maxey. And another thing I want to point to right quick. You see what Tobias Harris did last night? He's best when he's that. Yeah. When they give him the ball. You feel me? And we don't need that from him. He's the 4th option. So, yeah, Sixers process. And B, get back and get your MVP so we can be good. Now, to the Dolphins. Fins up, you know what I'm saying? We making a run, you know what I mean? I'm not going to get too big and say the you know what, but we going to make a run, baby steps. And I like how nobody talking about us, you know what I'm saying? Keep on riding the Josh Allen and the Chiefs and even the Chargers. They sorry, but people still trying to talk about Herbert. Keep on doing that. We'll just fly under the radar. And let's get up in there with them bright colors because they're going to have to come to Miami the first game of the playoffs. And, shout out to Waddle, man. Fins for the win again and again.
Let's go.
Let's go, San Fran. Let's make a statement. You got to play the Saints. You know they got a good defense, but Cam Jordan has been hurt. I think he missed his first game of his career last week. So – come on, you just win and beat the Cardinals, a team that no one thinks is going to go nowhere. No one thinks the Saints is going to go anywhere. Just go in and win the game. That's all I'm asking. Just go in there and win the game. And in Miami, just make a trade, please. Do something. Do something, please. We're not going nowhere with the team we got. I right at this moment, I don't think we can make the playoffs with the roster we got. So go do something, please.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
All right. What's this? Miami play today? Tune in, y'all. That's the
Hey, look, Tom, you know it ain't no Rui, no Kristaps, and no Bill tonight.
Hey, man, they gonna find a way. Our bench players play better.
Hey, we saw Philly last night.
Who's going for 40?
Denny.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. That's all we got for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.